Hi students, this is a lesson based on today, Tuesday, May 26th, okay? So I'll go ahead and write that. This is from Tuesday, May 26th. And this lesson is just on equivalent fractions, okay? So we're just talking about simple equivalent fractions. That's our target today, and our success criteria is that we can make them, okay, and explain why fractions are equivalent, okay? So explain why. Oh, I'm so sorry about my handwriting. Okay, why fractions are equivalent. Okay, so students, first let's start with some equivalent fractions. Let's say that I've got 2 bars. We'll say some sort of granola bar. Okay, and I'll try to make them the same size. Pardon me if they're not perfect. Okay, now both of these need a numerator and a denominator. Okay, and also let's just use this purple and say this one is shaded this much. This one is shaded this much. And we'll try to make them the same. They're shaded about the same. Okay. Just a little bit more on this one. That's good. All right. So these are shaded the same. They're equal. Okay. We can say they're equally shaded. Or the same amount is shaded. Okay. But I'm going to divide this one into some parts. Okay. So this one will get divided into 3 parts. Okay. And because it's divided into 3 parts, that number in the denominator is 3. This one, I'll start out dividing it in 3 parts, and then I'll divide it 3 more times. Okay, this one's divided into 6 parts, so the denominator is 6. All right, so these 2 bars that are the same size that have the equal amount of area shaded, now look different as fractions because they're divided into different parts, or a different number of parts. Now, this one is divided 3 times, and 2 of these are shaded. So that's the number going in the numerator. And for this one, 4 of these are shaded. So that's the number going into this numerator. However, because it's the same size and the same amount is shaded, right? We can say that 2/3 equals 4/6. Okay, so if you eat 2/3 of this one, you're eating the same amount as if you had eaten 4/6 of this one. Okay. Now, let's say that someone is baking a cake. I can try to make it a little bit 3D. All right, and let's say that there is chocolate frosting on half of the cake. Okay. So since it's got chocolate frosting on half of the cake, you could say half of the cake is frosted, okay, with chocolate. Half chocolate, half vanilla. Okay, half chocolate, half vanilla. But let's cut it up into fourths. Okay. Now, 2/4 is chocolate. Okay. It's still true to say that half of the cake is chocolate, but now it's also true to say that 2/4 is now chocolate. Okay. If I want to divide it more, right? It's now also true to say that 4/8 is chocolate. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see that. It's also true to say that 4/8 is chocolate. So 1/2, because half is chocolate. 2/4, because when I cut it into fours, 2 of those were chocolate. Now I've got it cut into eighths, so 4/8 is chocolate. Okay, so these fractions are the same because they describe the same amount of area. So 1/2, 2/4, and 4/8. Now this only works when we're talking about the same size pieces in the same size object. Okay? Because if I have this small cake and a large cake, this is divided into fourths, this is divided into eighths, it is not equal because we're talking about two objects that are different sizes. They're different sizes, so it just doesn't work. Okay. Now, if I want to have a cake that is this shape, right? I've got half chocolate. Okay. This shape. So in this case, the shape doesn't matter. Two-fourths. This one is also 2/4. Okay. But what if I divide this again? Now it's not 2/4. It is 4/8. Okay? So I can cut it this way, I can cut it this way, I can cut it this way, I can cut it more, or I can cut it less. Okay? But I'm just showing you again that 1/2 is equal to 2/4 equal to 4/8. Okay? If I want to just cut it more. Now what is it? 4/8. No, this is 4. That's 8 on that side. 8/16. Now it's 8/16, and that's also true. Okay. All right. So students, it's the same amount of cake. Okay, if I eat 8/16, it's the same as eating 4/8. Okay. Now let's look here. I've got 2 circles here. And let's divide this into thirds. It's not so easy dividing circles into thirds. It's a little bit easier dividing them into sixths. Oh, that's not perfect, but let's just pretend it's perfect, okay? Okay. So, this one is 1/3. Okay. Let's color in the same amount of area, but I need 2 pieces of this one to equal 1 piece of that one. Okay? 2/6. And it's equal because if you eat this much cake, it's the same as eating this much cake. Okay? Let's look at another one. Let's do this one in sixths also. I'll try to do a little bit of a better job. Okay? So, I'm eating half of this cake. It's the same as eating how much of this cake? Right? Because the denominator is 6 now, because I've got 6 parts. 3 of these is equal to 1 of these. Okay, let's just do one more. We'll do thirds again. Let's do 2 of these. So, how many sixths do I have to shade in to get that? There's 2 of those. That's going to be 4. I need 4 sixths just to equal 2 thirds. Okay. Whoop. Sorry for that. All right. Okay, so boys and girls, what I want you to do now, I want you to try a test, okay? Because it's going to have something called a missing numerator. And one of them has a missing denominator, okay? And so to do this, you're going to say like 1/4 equals how many eighths, okay? And so up here you've got a missing number, all right? That is a missing numerator, okay? That is a missing numerator, okay? And one of them has a missing denominator. What is this missing number? So go ahead, draw a circle to help you out. Divide it into 4 parts. Shade that in, okay? Then draw the same circle, divide that into 8 parts. Shade in the same amount, okay? How many did you shade in? Well, it takes 2 of these to equal 1 of these. So your missing numerator is 2, okay? 2 is going to go there. So that means 1/4 is equal to 2/8. Okay? So try that out, and I look forward to seeing your best effort. Okay, see you next class.